At my grandmother's 85th birthday, my wife whispered, "Grab your bag. We're leaving." Minutes later, in the car, she locked the doors and trembled. There's something wrong in that house. I called the police. What they found sent my whole family into panic. My wife grabbed my arm at Grandma's 85th birthday party and whispered, "We need to leave, now." I thought she was joking. The house was full of family, cake on the table, balloons everywhere, but Sarah's face was white. Her hands were shaking. "Don't ask questions," she said. "Just grab your coat and walk out slowly." I followed her to the car. She locked the doors immediately. Her breathing was ragged. "What's going on?" I demanded. "There's something very wrong in that house." She stared straight ahead. "Your Uncle Richard, your cousin Amber. I heard them talking in the office." "Talking about what?" "Your grandmother. They're drugging her, Marcus. They're stealing everything." My blood went cold. Sarah had wandered down the hallway looking for a bathroom. The office door was cracked open. She heard Richard say, "She signs tonight, whether she wants to or not." Then Amber. I already forged the last set. She was too confused to notice. Richard again. "No mistakes this time. Everything transfers before the lawyers catch on." I sat frozen. My uncle, my cousin, planning to rob my grandmother blind. "There's more," Sarah whispered. I peeked through the door. There's a stack of papers on the desk. Property transfers, power of attorney forms, a new will dated last week. "We have to go back in there." "No," Sarah grabbed my arm. "We need to call the police. If we confront them, they'll destroy everything." She was right. My hands trembled as I dialed 911. 15 minutes later, 2 squad cars pulled up to Grandma's house. I watched from across the street as officers walked inside. The music stopped. The laughter died. Then one officer rushed back out and radioed for backup. My stomach dropped. They found Grandma in a back bedroom, not celebrating with her family, not opening presents. She was slumped in a recliner, barely conscious. A bottle of sedative sat on the table beside her, nearly empty. The paramedics said she'd been given 3 times her normal dose. They were keeping her drugged, compliant, too confused to know what she was signing. Richard stormed onto the front lawn, face red with rage. "This is ridiculous," he shouted at the officers. "I'm her son. I'm taking care of her." "Sir, we found forged documents in your possession. That's a family matter. Elder abuse is a criminal matter." Amber tried to slip away. An officer caught her by the arm. "I didn't do anything," she screamed. "It was his idea." Richard spun around. "Shut up! You said she wouldn't remember. You said it was easy money." The whole family watched. Aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors. Everyone standing on that lawn heard Amber throw her father under the bus. Richard's face twisted with fury. "You stupid little..." "Sir, you need to calm down." "Don't tell me to calm down. This is my mother's house." "Not anymore," the officer said. "We're seizing those documents as evidence." I pushed through the crowd to the ambulance. Grandma lay on a stretcher, oxygen mask over her face. Her eyes fluttered open when she saw me. "Marcus?" Her voice was barely a whisper. "What's happening?" I took her hand. "You're safe now, Grandma. I promise." She squeezed my fingers weakly. Richard said. He said he was helping me. He was lying. A tear rolled down her wrinkled cheek. My own son. I looked back at the house. Richard was in handcuffs now. Amber too. Family members stood in clusters, whispering, crying, pointing. My Aunt Linda grabbed my arm. "Did you know about this?" Sarah figured it out. Linda's face crumpled. "I saw the papers weeks ago. Richard said it was estate planning." I believed him. "You should have asked Grandma." "I know." She started sobbing. "I know." The officers brought out the evidence in clear bags. Property deeds, bank authorizations, medical forms requesting higher sedative doses, a will that left everything to Richard and Amber. Months of planning, months of drugging an 85-year-old woman, months of forging her signature while she was too sedated to understand. And tonight was supposed to be the final step. One last signature. Then they'd have controlled everything. If Sarah hadn't wandered down that hallway, if she hadn't heard that conversation, if she hadn't trusted her gut and pulled me out of that party. I looked at my wife standing by our car. She was still shaking, still pale. I walked over and hugged her. "You saved her life." "I almost didn't say anything," she admitted. "I thought maybe I misheard, but you did say something." She nodded against my chest. The ambulance pulled away with Grandma inside. The police cars followed with Richard and Amber in the back seats. And the birthday party, the cake, the balloons, the family gathered to celebrate sat abandoned in a house that was now a crime scene. Full story on the channel linked below.